Okay, now it's recording.
Because I think it was.
When it's recording, it does this red blink thing. There's a way to turn that off, but
Oh crap! I don't have my shoes.
that'll slow you down. I told Crystal, you know, we're going to sit down at Thirsty Thursday and review all the footage.
Yes, yes.
She,
Well, they're watching something.
yeah, they're watching something tonight about school stuff or something.
6:30 to 7:30.
Yeah. Oh, so now I have this in the, it's no longer in the plastic enclosure. I bought this $10 thing. And so this, it should give so we should be a lot more hearable.
A lot more audio.
Yeah, I don't have the fuzz. You're supposed to put, or professionals use a little fuzz blocking, and it keeps the wind, so the wind noise may be higher.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think that.
So we should do yesterday's.
Let's do yesterday's, but yeah, turn to the left at
Okay.
the unpleasantness.
Yeah.
Although there's. Howdy. Oh, we didn't go yesterday though. We went the day before.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday was a recovery.
Weird, like, it didn't really rain.
No, it was mostly wind what Crystal was concerned about. And then the wind was certainly there. Do well in this lower light.
There was some pretty good damage across Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, they called this morning about Max's school saying that, you know, if your kid can't remote in, you know, that they should call a certain line or steal something. So yeah, there was enough electricity out. The people were concerned.
I had a couple of Massachusetts people still with no power this morning. There's some maybe other microbursts. I don't know if they were bad.
It definitely had a tropical storm feeling. With the really high winds and the little bits of rain and everything blowing around. Hey Jack, what's up? Hey, I said, hey Jack, what's up? Good. Gear, my tire already spun out once. I'm gonna try and keep up. Spun again. Trying to stay a little off the trail so I don't get too much into the dirt, but that's laying down on the job. I spun out a couple times.
Yeah, I'll leave that
Here we go. So Jack lives right across the street from the well there.
Oh.
So he has another brother who's like, I think more Max's age.
Okay.
And we used to sometimes watch his younger brother at the bus stop, and sometimes, so we know them kind of socially.
Do you think he knew who you were?
Yeah, I think he recognized me. He recognized that he knows me. He may not know me as... Liam also plays magic cards with him.
Oh, okay.
So, and he also works at Stop and Shop. As a bagger, but right now he's in college. But I know, yeah, I probably know more about him offhand than he knows about me. Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so I did tell you that the first video had 11 lights. And they were all like 5 minutes from the moment I sent it to Bean, so. They were funny. Yeah, the longer one's public. I put a sort of a disclaimer on it that it's kind of an experiment. I don't know who would really watch it. I sent it to my father so he could.
What was this one?
Yeah. Yeah, the one from 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I think it gets up to the part where we come out of MIT on that road.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. And we're talking about, as I zip to the end, and we're like talking about the different resolutions
Wow.
so you can get on YouTube and the different speeds. Well, we talked a little bit about that earlier too, but it is a weird thing to think of, like,
You mean just after the roller coaster?
yeah, after the roller coaster. So this is sort of novel technology for us, but like in the future, won't like every moment be recorded and indexed
Of course.
and available?
Of course. Just like the video recorder on your contact lens.
So then I could ask, like, of all the people we passed on mountain bikes
Yeah.
who had suspension, hi, how you doing? And who didn't, you know? Yeah. Make a compilation of all the people we passed. That'd be about 10 seconds, right? Because we haven't met that many people. I think I'm gonna try the gap. Ooh, maybe not. Hey, that's what I did last time.
Yeah, that's,
I should come over here. I might just redo. Or should you back up and see why maybe that's not such a straightforward proposition. Yeah, I made it through. Nice. Oh, good job. down. There's a little off-road in here, but mostly okay. Whew. Feels like I have a leaf or something stuck. Huh. Okay. I'm warm now.
Yeah.
Oh, now I feel like sweaty on the arms.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is what this trail does to you. Yeah.
Ah, sound is still there. Yeah, it's very leaf. Yeah. Kind of in the way. A little bit lower on the ears. Oh, tree down, huh?
Oh, tree down.
Now, about that thing. Wait, the right side of the route doesn't look so clear from here.
No. I think it's the left side of the road. Come right up.
Uh-huh.
Right between these rocks. Right up here.
Yeah.
Then transition over.
I did about 88%.
That's good. That's good.
Something's still making a sound. Huh. It's hard to kind of maybe catch this from watching, but this is really kind of a lot of fun when you're kind of rising to the challenge and you're kind of really involved in planning and thinking through how you're going to get through this next set of obstacles. You really can sort of, like any kind of focused activity, sort of lose yourself in what you're doing. This is kind of a fun section here. It kind of goes up and on this little ridge. I think I mentioned this last time. Oh, the cover was probably on. So this is just kind of neat because you feel like you're on top of things. And then there's some roots and other kind of hazards to contend with. Oh, like a tree. That tree was not there before. I'm going to have to agree with you that there are going to be some trees down.
Yeah, there's one. I wasn't expecting this one.
Oh. Looks kind of like the whole thing is a little rotty. Come on. Ooh. Alrighty. As we were. Lunch. As I was saying, this little trail is kind of fun. It's unusual. There's not many little trails like this that are just on a ridge. And then there's a little bridge at the end, which is challenging. Whoa! Oh, the main thing to do for the bridge at the end is to line the bicycle up. Oh, usually I make the bridge. All the pressure being on film. Oh, there's another bridge for me to redeem myself. All right. And down we go. Tricky thing is after this bridge, there's a hill. Ah, I choked on both bridges today. So from here, it's easy coasting out to the road, back to the main road. This is mostly just gravel. Someone's little tree fort is cute.
Clear.
Okay. Oh, that rubbing sound is my derailleur. Oh, that's so much nicer. The external power cord came out, so I had to take a moment to re-plug it back in again. Yeah, the GoPro only has about an hour of recording on its own. I'm in kind of a high gear for this trail. So I'm using one of those little batteries that you use for a phone and a long USB cable to keep the GoPro juiced. Otherwise, last time it cut out, at about an hour, 15 minutes. But I would imagine we'll get closer to the 2-hour mark if I can keep this thing plugged in and don't get distracted and cause any kind of damage to me or the camera. This is a little hill. It's kind of slow. Something you really can't see on the GoPro, the level of incline. It's pretty gradual, but it's kind of relentless here. Now it's leveled out.
You're so tired by the time you get to that tree. It's hard to even imagine lifting your front
Oh yeah.
to get over it. And there's a little branch sticking out. It's right in the way. Been watching a lot of videos on how to jump and
Oh yeah. How to survive it.
How to take a drop.
Yeah.
Just in case we start to do it someday. Seems to be a natural part of the progression for most mountain bikers.
That's after the GoPro, then comes the jumps. Is that the progression?
Could be. Could be.
Yeah, this external power cord got tangled and popped out, so I had to pop it back in.
Oh. Do you know how much space you used for the last video, or if space is ever really going to be a constraint?
No, well, the first video was 17 minutes long and it was 4 gig. So I figure for an hour you need 16 gig. The card has 32 gig.
Yeah.
So we should be able to get an hour. For some reason I thought we'd even have more than that, but
Yeah.
there's plenty of room on there, I think. It'll get dark, and we'll just get black before we're done, I think.
So, what kind of gear did you get?
Oh, it's I sent you a picture. It looks like
Oh, did you?
cloud candy.
Okay.
The bottle is silver and blue. It's made up in New York State,
Okay.
and it's an IPA.
Yeah.
So I got lucky there because I really just picked it by the color.
you
The
did?
can looked pretty.
Oh.
Like
Turned out to be an IPA.
yeah. So I have that, and I also have that. I still have that stuff left over from before. The brewery that's in Everett, I think. The something End River and something. I don't know. I'm sure it's fine. We had it last time. It's in like a silver and green can.
So I think if we make a compilation video and put it to the music of one of the Minecraft knockoffs, I think Liam and Coffee would love it.
Yeah, you know who does actually have quite a bit of video editing experience is Sawyer,
Oh, yeah, he's got a business.
because he's always making videos of his brother. But those tools, generally speaking, there's a whole variety of those tools to do most of the basic stuff.
Somebody else really wanted that second one.
I guess they did, huh?
There.
I can almost just roll over it with a little bit of speed. Huh.
Yeah. So about the speed. Must be going fast enough.
Yeah. I went over that jump one time and I went blammo into the ground. It was funny because our neighbor had just gone over it successfully, so.
Part about the video I was watching last night was the guy was in a pretty heavily traveled area of trail.
Yeah.
And so he had tons of people where he could show you how not to do it.
Uh-huh.
Doing the jump wrong.
Yeah.
And then you come along and it's so effortless.
Yeah.
Well, mostly because of the speed.
Yeah. Looks like we got a new tree down. Yeah, that video with the guy who was doing the bunny hopping over the log with the water bottle on it, he was pretty nonplussed to do it. I guess if you've done it once or you've done it 100 times, then you get a little... That's not another trail in there, is there? No.
I've looked around here. On the trail. You haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I wonder if I utter a word, if the closed captioning system, will turn it to text and then I can search for that word. Like if I said stone hammer, if later on I can find stone hammer, the moment in the video.
Oh.
I know that sometimes they use it, they'll clap, because the clap is very visual in terms of the sound wave.
Yeah.
But I would imagine, Google's doing they might be doing the text-to-speech processing on it. It's just a part of what they do. I don't know. But if they did, I bet they'd make that searchable. So the trick here is not to get into this rut that's down here, and you can end up going into the woods upside down. Into the trees, really. So Crystal's father used to be really into taking videos. So whenever they would go on vacation, he always had his video camera. So we've got like hundreds and hundreds of hours of Crystal rolling her eyes, basically. Yeah. He's always trying to film her and always getting the backs of people. I think they're both VHS, but some of them have been transferred to CD. But we really haven't seen them. I mean, I've physically seen them as a disc, but. Yeah. Hooray! I like this way, so a little more scenic. I'm going to take a moment to adjust my seat. All right. That feels weird now.
Move it higher?
Yeah, like probably only 2 inches, but it feels like 8 inches. Yeah. Gives me a little more leg strength, but makes me a little more front heavy. Sort of trading control for power. Oh yeah, Crystal was telling me we're going to be doing that, what one of those beach body exercise things together.
Yeah. Nice.
There you go. That's about my timing next June.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of have a beach just in our yard still.
That is true.
Yeah.
I really agree. You do.
This is kind of fun. I'm way back on my bike here for this little. For some reason I locked up on the front tire. Huh, interesting. I think that's a bit of I want to say stage fright or camera shyness or something. Usually I've gone over that without any problem. Let's see, let's just do a sound check. So this is me just saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kind of bumpy. I think the microwave is, or the microphone is tilted down. So I don't know if it's going to be picking up audio as well as a lot of people claim this Flip 4 is really good at. It's probably when they're using it in a gimbal and it's pointed up. But I don't have a gimbal, so I have it flipped upside down, and it's just stuck at a degree that or an angle that I think gives a good view.
Nancy's been doing keto for several weeks now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. She's lost quite a bit of weight.
Okay.
But she makes super healthy dinners.
Yeah.
And then I just keep eating after.
Yeah. I eat.
That's the problem.
I kind of graze all the time, really.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I get these moments where I just want to go do something and get out of the office and go downstairs, and I'll have water and coffee a few times.
Yeah,
And then,
water and coffee is what I try to do too.
and then I'd usually hit the pantry for snack,
Mm-hmm.
or the fridge, or the freezer,
Mm-hmm.
or see what the kids had,
Mm-hmm.
see if there's any left. I managed to plow through a lot of the, she made some pasta, little tiny like little tiny wrapped noodly kind of things, gnocchi maybe, with
Yeah.
pesto on it.
Oh, I love pesto.
Oh yeah,
Pesto
yeah.
is awesome.
Pesto's actually on the approved list for keto.
Is it? You can't go wrong with pesto. It's awesome.
It's mostly olive oil, basil, and garlic.
Right?
So,
Right. It's so good, like on salmon or any kind of pasta. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a good choice.
I've been applying it liberally
Yeah.
into dishes.
Yeah, good. So did you watch the debate?
No, I kind of why I didn't really have any good reason not to, but I just
Did you
I knew-
intentionally not watch it, or did you just not think of it?
I think I knew it was going on. I mean, I heard about it several days, and I guess I kind of consciously chose not to watch it. I didn't make any effort to see it. Let's put it that way. I even mentioned it to Crystal. I asked her last night because
She watched it?
no, just if she if she was going through or whatever, and she was just kind of like she just didn't want that input,
Yeah.
But she
It's not particularly persuasive input either way, I don't think,
uh huh
for most people. But It was much more civilized, and it was a decent discussion at least. And Kamala did a nice job, I thought.
Well, the New York Times pointed out that Pence was very unfactual on a lot of his statements.
For sure.
Like things like saying that
No question.
healthcare coverage
He said a lot of non-factual things.
was like a Trump thing, and it's kind of like, well, no, actually, he's done the opposite to roll that back. There were like seven or eight, maybe even 10 points where the New York Times just said that he basically, yeah, I mean,
Just completely lied. He's just more smooth at lying than Trump, maybe. He does it just as much.
yeah, I don't know that I believe that. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell with these politicians whether there's an angle
Yeah.
or, like you can talk yourself into having that ice cream at 9:30 at night, even though you know you're not supposed to. And so there's a rational path that the politicians must get their minds into
Yeah.
to believing that what they're saying is right for America. So maybe it's not.
Maybe there is.
Maybe it's a simplification, is what Pence thinks he's saying, and that
Yeah.
in some way or form. But it's just it doesn't seem. And I could see that about a couple of statements, perhaps. But if the New York Times is calling you out as a liar, or even like there was a funny little tweet that Trump said he was on some medicine that's not very strong, and in the same sentence it said, and the New York Times said, although that's technically classified a very strong medicine. So basically, there's there's like he says this, but the prevailing wisdom is that he's a liar. Basically, is what it comes down to. And it's just.
But one of the highlights was when the black fly landed on his white hair.
Oh, I heard about that. He was on there for like 2 minutes or something like that.
It was a long time. Yeah, that was funny.
Well, you think somebody would have had just like a fan or something? They could have, they could have discreetly.
Yeah.
But I guess that's probably just. I bet they'll have that next time, like an air gun or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
That does somehow seem symbolic, but.
Yeah.
I don't think till noon. That's kind of what my off-the-cuff thinking is. I'm sure Crystal has it much more finely planned.
One problem with noon is that you hit New York City at 4.
Yeah, we're not going to New York City though. I think we're going due west. But I don't believe we're planning to go south into New York City. New York's a pretty big, geographical. It's about the size of Massachusetts.
We're going to take towards the Tappan Zee Bridge.
No, we're going to be up by, I want to say by Syracuse, or no, by Albany. We're going to be way up north.
What are you talking about? Are you going to Washington, D.C. area?
No, that got changed.
It did?
Yeah, we're going to the middle of New York State.
Oh, you're not going to Shenandoah?
No, sir.
Oh, I missed that part of it.
You missed the memo.
You're way behind.
Why was that? There was a reason.
There must have been. It was kind of like a good plan. You wanted that final picture frame.
Yep. But now we're staying in a cabin, not a tent.
Oh.
And it'll even have a mini fridge and electricity. So
Well, that's a good thing.
we're going to do some hiking. We're going to see the. They call it the Grand Canyon to the east.
Oh.
my understanding is, unless I'm mixing two trips together, that it's got a lot of little waterfalls on it, and there's this canyon trail you can walk around. I recall my father and a friend of his doing it a couple of years ago. And it's kind of a pretty long hike.
I like that Crystal is not dissuaded.
She's not what, dissuaded?
Yeah, she finds a way.
Yeah, she's
persistent.
she's a what's the word for it? Yeah, she's very I want to say almost stubborn, but
You think they like jumped out of the park or something?
I don't think that that's the reason. Yeah, I'm really kind of, now you got my curiosity up, because she did go through some effort to secure that lodging that was there.
To get you every night within the park.
Yeah. Boy, the dark just kind of seemed to roll in a little here.
Here we go. Is that too far or take the extra one?
What's the extra? Oh, you mean do we go straight across? Oh, I see what you're saying.
And take the extra trail. Go a little bit of the extra trail.
How are we doing on time? I'm for going the longer way, but the ladies are not. You said the thing they were going to watch was going to go to 6:30 though, right?
Yeah. I got into a funny setting on my watch. So their thing starts at 6:30.
Oh,
It goes until 7:30.
Oh, it starts at 6:30. Oh, we have a while.
6:30. Well, but we should be like ready at 7:30. Right?
Yeah, otherwise we'll miss the window and they'll be on the ground sloppy and we'll have to drag them home.
Like especially if they're starting now with the spring. Yeah, that's good. We can go back.
I wonder what's up that way. Oh, this one looks fresh. Well, hard to tell. The trail's around it.
Gotta be a little bit fresh.
Right. So I did find this site that would let you sync your video with the GPX file,
Okay.
and it would show you the, the Google map that like has a top level view, and then the video in a box next to it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That's neat.
yeah, it seemed like exactly what we were talking about. And then I tried to use it, and of course it didn't work, but it had that open and free, not entirely maintained, non-commercial kind of aspect to it. So
Good. Okay.
I'll have to revisit it and see if I could get it to work, because it was kind of cool.
That means you can literally just take it from there, huh?
I mean, it's just kind of interesting that you can, once it's kind of been proven that you can do it, then it's just, well, I shouldn't say a small matter, but it is replicable. So from the Google Maps and YouTube video, you can sort of synchronize the two. So as you have time events coming off the video, you can take the input from that and use it to tell the map to update. Yeah, neat idea.
So you found sort of like open source freeware?
Yeah, but something like it was a website, and you just went in and you put in the URLs. Well, you put in the URL to your video, and then you put in your GPX file, and then it produced a page which you could embed in your site, which is supposed to have them both locked side by side. In my case, I kept coming up with an error on the video. I don't know why. Maybe perhaps the video wasn't public yet, but it was. But the URL was valid, so I don't know. I'll have to take another look at that. Another bridge. Hooray. It's wider. Whew.
There's something's in there. Alright, 5 mile mark. You don't have your heart rate monitor?
No, I had the Fitbit. I took it off.
Yeah.
I figured I was going to have my cell phone.
Yeah.
Have the Hero. It would be kind of neat to.
That's enough.
Yeah. I mean, because I should be able to get the heart rate data off of it.
Yes.
With timestamps. Yeah.
You have your heart rate, have the video, and you could have the map. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That would be some good Thirsty Thursday
Data.
multimedia. You need a multimedia room. I think you're downstairs. Just a big projector.
Uh-huh.
TV. Maybe the spot there.
Ooh. Oh, my data card or the data connection got pulled. That's okay. That's easy to fix. Sorry, I meant to say that it's an external power connection for the GoPro, so that it has enough juice to record the whole trip. And I turned my light on because it's getting kind of dark even for me. I'm not sure how it's going to come out on the film. If it'll come out at all. The GoPro may not be able to handle this really huge difference in lighting. Well, this is a challenge here. Mostly. Okay. Doing pretty good. My feet got caught in a branch. It's really stunning the way the microburst came through here and took all these trees down a couple of months ago. Whew. Finally the top. It's a very steep hill here.